this episode, I travel throughout Uganda to find out what was rated by the Times magazine as one of the worst 100 ideas of the century, the Ugandan space program, to accidentally find a homemade spaceship. Hey, I'm Dan Mace. I've carried this book around with me for the past 10 years. It's filled with the most challenging ideas I've ever had, and this show is dedicated to getting them done. Welcome to The Brew Show. This story dates back to 3 years ago when at a friend's party where he told me about an apparent Time magazine article that was dedicated to the worst 100 ideas of the century. Where one of those ideas was a secretive supposed space program based mainly in Uganda. Between now and then, I have been obsessed with finding out the truth. Like, where is it now? Where is this hidden African space village? It's time to complete this idea that I wrote down 3 years ago in Los Angeles. Find the missing Ugandan space program. So I packed all my gear. I booked a ticket to Kampala, which is the capital of Uganda, and met my friend Ryan there, the one that told me about the story 3 years ago, who just flew in from LA. It was only fair we conquered this mission together. Okay, so we are currently situated in Kampala. In the 1970s, when President Idi Amin came into power, he announced an impossibly optimistic human spaceflight program that allegedly did training on an obstacle course made out of tires and would roll space cadets down hills in barrels to recreate G-force. Furthermore, Amin claimed to have witnessed UFO activities over Lake Victoria, which is this massive body of water here. It's so large that he was also convinced it was the ocean. However, this space program didn't develop any astronauts or get into space. But who knows, maybe they did. It was all kept very secretive, and no media source to this day has uncovered where this training ground was situated, or if it even existed. With further research, we found out that there's a man who apparently built a rocket ship in his mother's backyard around 10 years ago, where the location is also unknown. In this video, we aim to uncover what really went down and figure out where the space program is now, currently in 2022. So on day one, Ryan and I decided to dress up as news reporters from a fake news channel called Space News Network Channel 103 and interview locals on the streets of Kampala.
Okay, we are waiting for our border, which is literally called a border because it was the fastest way to get around the city from border to border. Trying to wave one down. Okay, we have just arrived at the marketplace and we're about to begin the interviews. Ryan and I have come to the Nakasero market, which is in the heart of Kampala, disguised as news anchors to find out more about the Ugandan space program. Let's see how this goes. What space channel are we again?
Space News Network.
You rolling?
Yeah.
We are Space News Network, channel 103, coming to you live from Nakasero.
I think we should go deep, bro.
Can you tell me more about the Ugandan space program?
I don't get the term space.
What? I know they are very expensive.
But you know it happened?
I think so.
Okay, that's positive.
I have never heard about that.
You mean the weather?
The spaceships.
Spaceships? I have heard a little bit about it.
Yes, I've heard about it. I have a friend, a researcher and a historian. I can take you to him.
Seems like we've got a lead. The information that I've gathered today is that not many people know about the space program, but some people seem to know about it. And we've got the lead of a local historian who we're going to find out more about. So seems like it's here somewhere. We just need to find out where.
How are you?
I'm Dan.
Dan, Jonck.
Good to meet you. We in with the legit. It's time to get some real information. So I guess the first question is, is if you could contextualize what the Ugandan space program means.
The Uganda space program did not exist.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
No, most welcome.
Okay, cool.
That was quick, actually.
Yeah. Who knows?
They may be there. There is a
1%.
1%.
1%. I'll let you know if we find the space program with all the astronauts.
I want to join them.
Yeah. Seems like there's a 1% chance that the space program exists. 1%. It's good enough. We'll continue our mission. We then met with Kahaya, a famous journalist and researcher at the Makerere University of Technology, who in 2009 was a part of building a private space program in Uganda. So you were a part of a space program?
I was. Well, I guess I just checked the title, Head of Research. Up goes all this hype and everything. Our website registered as the africaspacemission.com. The politically correct minorities, so why not become the first black African in space? And once again, with all things Uganda, that's as far as it went.
But we are getting closer to uncovering the real story.
Exactly.
one step at a time.
Exactly.
After this, we headed to the local library to uncover archives from the first ever apparent space program, which seems to be super secretive. However, here we uncovered our best lead yet. We are headed to an area where we've been tipped off, where apparently the astronauts were trained during the Ugandan space program. Yeah, we're about to meet Major, who will hopefully verify the story so that we can get to the end of this mystery. Was there really a Ugandan space program?
Hello.
Good to meet you.
Hi. Strictly restricted area.
You understand that?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So these are the remnants of the space program training area.
This here?
Yes.
But it just looks like a few tires.
No, they were all over this place. Hundreds of people.
Then come in here and then enter the sports and do sport and
roll the barrel down when you're inside the barrel.
To simulate G-force.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I heard stories about that. I just didn't know if it was true. Are you okay? If there are hundreds of people training here, why did nobody know about it?
It was very secretive.
But the Times magazine found out about it. They did. That's why we
They did find out about it. They found about it.
So what now?
There is one young man called Christiaan Jonck who is trying to hand out his own personal space program.
How do I find Christiaan Jonck?
I can give you the number.
Amazing.
Yeah. But all this was all for nothing.
Maybe not though.
But hey, you're right, maybe not.
Thank you, man. Thanks again. It's been a great pleasure.
You guys have to walk you out of here because...
Yeah, I get that. We don't want to be shot at. Okay. Finding out that the space program did indeed exist was a huge win on its own. We're gonna come to you now.
Alright, no problem, I'm waiting for you.
To get into contact with a local self-proclaimed astronaut who's apparently building his own spaceships. Now, this is what you call a real cherry on the top. Chris interview. So, what can you tell me about the Ugandan space program?
It consists of Ugandans.
So it does exist?
Yeah, it does exist. All these equipments are built under that.
Okay.
All the space-related projects were executed. They were executed under that.
Chris built a rocket ship in his mom's backyard that is going to fly 80,000 feet above sea level, called the African Skyhawk, and has created many other devices to extract research from space.
But it is privately owned.
Yes. Would you as Chris then call yourself a New Age astronaut?
Yes. That's a big yes, because we believe in designing technologies to work for us. Since Uganda existed, we were the first guys to execute something space-related. It started its existence in 2008.
Yeah, your story is fascinating and it's inspiring, and I'm honored to be sitting here, and I wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome.
We can cut there. Cut the cameras. Awesome. Let me unplug us. Spending 3 days in Uganda uncovering the story reminded me why I make films. Being afforded the opportunity to travel to such unfathomable places, meeting geniuses going against all odds. I am truly grateful and thank you, Uganda, for having us. We will definitely be back soon. I've just returned from Uganda and had a lot of time on the plane to process the sheer amount of rich stories we uncovered there.
Yes, I love you.
Yes,
yes,
nice.
yes.
Firstly, this story doesn't just exist in Uganda, but exists throughout Africa. Like here in South Africa, we've got an African space hero named Siyabulela, who started making his own jet fuel in his mother's kitchen in her township house, and later got an asteroid named after him by NASA. These incredible stories about African space travel have inspired me to create my first ever feature-length film along with Warner Brothers Discovery, which we'll start shooting later this year. So yeah, this video is just a slice of the bigger picture of what's to come. And other than that, don't forget, you're awesome, bro, and I'll see you next week.